Republican and Democrat conventions we just had. It says a lot who each party chose to put up on that stage. At the Republican convention, we were featuring everyday American workers, and of course, we had Hulk Hogan. And while it's tempting, and I'm sure it would make some big headlines, don't worry, everybody, I'm not going to try to take off my shirt here.
I hate to break it to you, JD, but bragging about Hulk Hogan being the marquee celebrity speaker at the 2024 Republican National Convention is not the flex you think it is to anyone outside of the MAGA ecosystem.
Hogan is heard on the tape, which was recorded in 2006, talking about his daughter Brooke, who he accused of sleeping with an African American. I mean, I am a racist to a point. But then, when it comes to nice people and whatever, then says, I mean, I'd rather, if she was going to I'd rather have her marry an 8-foot worth $100 million, like a basketball player. Guess we're all a little racist.
It says everything you need to know about the Republican Party, that they think a washed-up bigot like Hogan will actually translate to more votes. But if there's anyone on the Trump campaign who knows a thing or two about turning off potential voters, it's J.D. Vance.
Thank you so much. Well, Semper Fi, guys. It sounds like we got some fans and some haters. That's okay.
Cheers for Vance were quickly drowned out by boos as he began his speech at the International Association of Firefighters Union convention in Boston. And things just kept getting worse as his speech went on.
Down. President Trump and I are proud to be the most pro-worker Republican ticket in history. And I want to talk about why we're fighting for working people, why we're going to fight for unions and non-union alike.
Vance saying that he and Trump are the most pro-worker Republican ticket is the same mental gymnastics that the anti-choice crowd used to justify their crusade against women's health care. It's in every Republican elected official's job description to do everything in their power to curtail worker protections, labor laws, business regulations, and crush unions to consolidate more wealth and power to the ultra-rich donors who guide the party's policy platform.
We have to be honest, my friends. The hard truth is that Kamala Harris is the latest in a long line of Democrats who come by every few years asking unions for money and promising you the moon, but often failing to deliver. And I'd ask you, after supporting Democrats for so long in this union, what has it gotten you? Over the past 70 years, union membership in this country, and this is not a good thing, but it has declined. The influence of unions has declined, and the wages of working people, union and non-union alike, have not kept up with the pace of inflation over the last 3.5 years. So I want to ask you a question that Donald Trump asked America in 2016, what the hell do you have to lose?
It's incredibly rich to hear Vance decry the decreased influence of unions and the decline in union participation in recent years when the party he represents is actively hostile toward labor unions and has been the driving force behind decreased participation rates. But now let's see the crowd's response to hearing an actual union member make the case for the Democrats.
What a privilege it is to stand in front of this group. Thank you, President Kelly. Thank you for every single day advocating for the 350,000 heroes that you know that you represent with passion. And to General Secretary Treasurer Lima, thank you. This is an incredible leadership team. I got to use a point of personal privilege and a shout out to your 5th District VP from Bethel, Minnesota resident, Tom Thornburg. Tom, it's great to always see you. Our union halls are the purest form of democracy. The opportunity to speak your mind, elect leadership, speak what you want on your platform, and then go advertise or go advocate for it. That's how democracy is supposed to work. These are folks that want to make it difficult to do that. Little things. We should be able to make sure that government is there to make sure that corporations have to keep our air and water clean. You can make money and still protect water and protect air. We believe that people should be free to get a good education. When Donald Trump was president, he blocked overtime benefits for millions of workers. He opposed efforts to raise the minimum wage, and he even proposed slashing budgets for federal fire service programs. Those are just simply facts. But look, it's not just what they've done, it's what they're gonna do. This is the big thing. One of the goals of their Project 2025 is to screw the middle class, making it harder for workers to collectively bargain, allowing employers to drastically cut overtime or eliminate it, slash taxes for the ultra-wealthy.
It's really something that the Republican Party has convinced union members to vote against their own material interests through culture war issues, right? Whether it comes to gender identity, how we teach about slavery and our education system, women's health care, all those things. Do you feel superior to black and brown people and so on and so forth? They say that's more important. Or, we could also go talk about religion. Well, you're not Christian, or you're not the ideal Christian, so we hate you, we look down on you. And they sell that to them as this is more important than your own material interests and your own benefits and paychecks, right? Which is crazy. But the Republicans have done a really good job of making that message known. Look, hey, these issues with culture war issues, they're more important. You're going to feel much better if you have the upper hand on these people when actually you don't. They got you. It's really a false reality that they're selling you, but you don't know because you were drinking all the stuff that they want you to in terms of buying what they're selling. Now, on the other side with Harris Walz, they have done a really good job so far when it comes to being empathetic and showing that they are about unions and protecting these workers who deserve all the rights and benefits to make sure they're not going to be exploited, make sure they're not going to be taken advantage. Having guys like Sean Fain on their staff, or not on their staff, but on their side, and as he speaks for them at different conventions and different speeches, that goes a long way because people respect Sean Fain. And they will see that as, okay, if he's endorsing Harris Walz, then I should probably too, as it pertains to unions and making sure they have what they need with benefits and the fact that they are not going to be taken advantage by the CEOs and the powerful people that are at the top of these companies. For Rebel HQ, I'm Chris Williamson. We'll see you next time.